Well, we haven't actually met. We just stayed up all night talking on the internet.
Marketing Tech Blog.
So I love that.
Sarah liked that one.
I love that. I love that. I'm going to talk about the 15 elements of a highly effective website.
Okay.
And the first one is relevance.
Oh, yeah?
Because me and you just go off on tangents the entire show.
I didn't notice.
Aaron tries to keep us on track, and we just go everywhere. So.
I give them hand signals regularly.
Yeah, and they're not pretty. Watch the videos.
This is what my son does.
Nice. So, QuickSprout had a few years ago actually had an infographic on.
That's Neil Patel's shop.
Yes,
right?
it is. Had an infographic on the 10 elements of a highly effective website, and I really felt like, his stuff is outstanding. And 10 years ago, or a few years ago, it might have mattered, but there was really 5 more things. So let's go through them. The first one is absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, relevance. And when we're talking about content to clients, we're always talking about the content library. So stop thinking about content as something that you just keep producing at an endless rate, and start thinking about, what is the start to finish? What is the library of content that I need to attract customers? And then do I have that? And fill in those gaps, and of course, beat your competition. The next one was content length. And that's just, Google loves thick pages, and they like a lot of content on it. So, design content from, thick to thin and get people interested. Utilize media, images and video is number 3. Grammar and spelling. I've said it 100 times. Get Grammarly.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
My favorite tool on earth.
What's interesting about Grammarly is that it will actually watch you wherever you're going.
Yes.
So if you're trying to fill out a field, that's one thing.
Yeah, whether it's a Facebook entry or whether it's
it's kind of overlapping the entire computer.
Yeah, it's a great platform, and it not only corrects grammar and spelling issues, it actually scores you, keeps you kind of notified of how you're doing, and then it makes recommendations on improving your writing, which is really really good. Readability, of course, avoid heavy speak and communicate effectively. Just tell people what you do.
Tungsten.
Formatting.
Lead.
Yeah.
That's heavy, right?
Oh, nice. Formatting. So the layout of your posts, we see a lot of paragraph heavy, sites. And I do not subscribe to this view that people don't read anymore. I think what people do is they read from shallow to deep. I think they skim and then they dig in. And so, think about that from a formatting standpoint, that you do want to use bolded words, headlines, bulleted items in there. Build your online expertise. I say this over and over, but people want to realize that you're an expert in your field. So that means writing on your site and off your site, writing for other sites, like Aaron writes on the Marketing Tech Blog.
Oh,
nice!
Wow.
Social
who
shares.
Invited him here anyway.
Social shares, even though Twitter doesn't show the counts anymore, social sharing is still important, and counts, views on a page and everything else are still indicative of the quality of the content. And so having some kind of visual perspective there that people are visiting and reading that content is important. Links. Some people say avoid outbound links. I say no. I say when it adds to the quality of the content, you don't have to rewrite what someone said. Linking there shows that, hey, we want the best for for our audience.
It shows your authority, that you're linking to an authority. And
absolutely.
You have authority on the subject by linking to them.
Comments and offering people to engage with you. I see a lot of times, sometimes, I don't know if this is with you, we'll log into a client site and we'll see 29 comments unread. And they've gotten alerted. And sometimes these were people, sometimes it wasn't spam. Sometimes it was literally people asking for help and they were unresponsive. You have to respond immediately. So here's the additional elements that we ensure with all of our clients. Subscriptions. First thing. Not everybody visiting your site is ready to buy right there. And so it's really necessary to keep in touch with them. And so newsletter subscriptions, and now Browser notifications are fantastic. We use Roost. I don't know if you've seen that, but we use browser notifications, and that keeps. I think we're averaging about 1 to 5% of our readers are coming back when they're notified. Calls to action, which you talked about, so I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Contact forms. I can't believe how many people don't have their physical address and location and a contact form on their site.
Yeah.
Nobody is going to trust you unless they know who you are and where you are.
Right.
Internal search, you talked about that, but a lot of times people simply can't find what they're looking for. And so having a prominent search bar is really key to that. And then the last thing, which we all know and love, is having a site that's very responsive to different size devices. Viewports are changing every single day, from these huge displays that are megapixel, all the way down to the tiniest screens, and being able to properly display that is essential. So you can go see this on the Marketing Tech blog, marketingtechblog.com, and subscribe to our newsletter. It's a great newsletter. You'll learn something every week.
What's the Twitter handle as well?
It's MKTG Tech Blog. So a little weird. Or you can just follow Douglas Carr, Karr.
But not too close.
Yeah, don't follow me too close.
Yeah.
Corduroy's smoke coming out the back.
Well, I mean, you bring us up to date on a regular basis. Go check out Marketing Tech Blog. There's content for, there's useful information for all levels of for digital marketing proficiency. If you're brand into the equation, if you want to learn more for your company, go there or send your team there and digest that information. There's thousands.
Yeah, the goal is definitely not to write to a single audience. The goal is that if you get the newsletter, there's going to be 10 articles, and there's probably going to be 2 that you go, oh man, I got to check those out.
Yep. Okay, very good. Hey, we're talking about call to action.